All right, today I'm taking a look at the Acer Aspire 5 with the AMD Ryzen 3 3350U quad-core mobile processor. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got the power supply. Move this stuff out the way. Oh, that's cool. It's got a little dock for an extra hard drive, so that's nice. Wow, that's a pretty big laptop. I like it. Let's go ahead and peel this guy off. Cool. Nice. So this stands out, 1080 full HD screen. That's nice. I like the, I just like the size. The size feels really big. Is this a 17 inch? That's weird. It says it's a 15.6 inch, but this thing looks like a 17 inch. Nice compact power supply. What is this putting out? 1.2 amps. Not a power-hungry laptop. And that's important if you want the battery to last a long time. Oh, there must be a fingerprint sensor. Okay, that's cool. So, thin design, aluminum, narrow bezel, ultra-fast, IPS. Oh, that's an IPS screen. Oh, that's good. So I really like IPS screens. They're my favorite. They just look the best. And it's got an HDMI port. So, yeah, let's take a look at that. You got HDMI and Ethernet. This is something that you get very little of anymore on high-end laptops especially, but I really prefer it because I find that a wired connection is always more reliable than a Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is good, Wi-Fi is fast, but if you have some kind of interference or if there's a lot of people on your network, this always works. 2 USB 3.0 ports and a USB-C, so excellent stuff there. We got another USB port, headphone jack, and a Kensington. So that's all the ports, nothing on the front, nothing on the back, just the way I like it. And when I plug this in, on the right side we get lights. So let's go ahead and turn her on. Backlit keyboard. Can't really see it because I got all the lights on. Backlit keyboard is a must-have in my opinion because I am always working in the dark. I wonder if there is a brightness. Alright, so that's a screen brightness. Doesn't look like it. So I think we've got just...
Hi there.
Oh,
I'm
hi.
Cortana, and I'm here to help.
Speakers sound pretty good.
A little sign in here, a touch of Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you plan to do.
Wait, how do you like that?
And if you'd like me to stay quiet, just select the little microphone icon towards the bottom of your screen.
As a matter of fact, I do. Okay, United States. US. Nope. No. 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 So one thing I can definitely say that I'm really liking about this is that this mouse pad is fantastic. It feels great. It feels very responsive. It's nice and big. I don't feel like I'm running off and have to keep on going back, so that's all fantastic. Screen looks really good. Might not be capturing it properly on the camera, but I can tell you, to the human eyeball, it looks pretty darn good. Okay, so let's see here. So we got Microsoft Edge. Now, to my understanding, this has, there we go. Okay, so it is a Ryzen 3 3350 with Radeon Vega Mobile GFX, 2.1 gigahertz. So quad core at 2.1 gigahertz, nothing to sneeze at. 4 gigs of RAM, not much, but I mean, this is supposed to be a pretty basic laptop. The more stuff you put in, the lower the battery life. This is really going to be great for going out and just working all day without having to even think about the battery. Okay, yeah, so it is Windows 10 in S mode. What is Windows 10 S mode? You might already know, but just in case you don't, let's say I open up Edge and I want to install Google Chrome. Oh, I'm not connected. All right, let's go ahead and connect. Okay. Wi-Fi 6, so that's good. So my router upstairs, my all-in-one router and modem is a Wi-Fi 6 enabled router. So that means that with the Wi-Fi 6 on here, I'm going to be getting really nice speeds. So that's a very good thing. Now let's go to Google Chrome. Microsoft recommends you keep using this browser. I'm sure they do. Radeon software just got installed, so it's going to be installing a lot of stuff because I just connected to the internet, but hopefully it won't bother us too much. So here is where Windows S mode kind of becomes annoying. Right, so this is where it says, for security and performance, Windows 10 in S mode runs Microsoft verified apps. What that means is that the only stuff you'll be able to install on it currently is going to be stuff that's accepted by Microsoft. Now the good news is we can turn that off, and the way we can do that is we're going to hit this, switch out of S mode, which is going to go to the Windows Store, or the Microsoft Store. The only way to get this, I believe, is to make a Microsoft account. Right. So we have to create a Microsoft account, get a new email address, new email, and we'll call it Acer Aspire 5 3350U at outlook.com. I'm probably not going to remember that, so I'll just copy that. Sure, go ahead and send me all the tips you got. So something I just found out, numlock is in the top right. I'm used to it being in the top left, but you know, just something I'll have to get used to. Okay, so I just made an account. Now I can get switch out of S mode for free. You're all set. So now I can install Google Chrome. So one thing I can say for sure right now is that that quad-core processor is doing much better than the typical bargain style laptops that you usually get. It's snappy. It's ready to go. That's good stuff. Okay, so now we got Chrome. I'll go ahead and pin that. I'm going to turn off search. I'm going to hide Cortana, and I'm going to hide the task view. All right, make Chrome my own. Don't really need to. So let's go to OBS. Now keep in mind, I'm pretty far away from my modem right now. I'm actually in a spot where it's kind of hard to get a connection, so I'm not surprised if this is running a little slower than it normally would, but it's also running, I think it's the 2.4 gigahertz instead of the 5 gigahertz. So it's on the slower version of the Wi-Fi. Just curious what the hard drive size that I've got on here is. 118 gigs, so not very big, but good enough to get this thing rolling. Yeah, speakers sound real crisp. I like that. Okay, so we got OBS. Okay, so it definitely has a microphone, and it looks like it's a dual channel microphone because it's picking up the left and the right, although they are not very off. It might be a mono that is pretending to be dual channel, but doesn't really matter. As long as it's putting it out on 2 channels, that's the important thing, so it's not messing with people that have headphones. Video capture device. And there we go. Hey there. So this is the camera that's on here, and I'll just leave it in the default for right now. Let's bring this guy open. And there we go. So it is updating real quick. That's very important. And I'm going to, let's check the settings. Video bitrate, let's go ahead and just kick this up. I think the max is at 8,000. There we go. So it's running at 8,000, and it actually looks pretty good. It looks about as good as any of the generic webcams that you can get, which is actually an improvement over what I'm used to, because most of the little cameras on these laptops is absolute just terror. So this one is fantastic. That one's really good. The software is doing some work for adjusting the lighting and that kind of thing, but let's go ahead and see how it actually streams. So let's make a Twitch account real quick. Yeah, so not great. Now the thing is, I think that it's actually collecting the info well. The problem is that I'm just so far away from my router that it's not able to update the bitrate fast enough. So I just need to get closer to the router. But it looks like this would be perfectly capable of running an OBS stream. So yeah, cool little laptop if you want to do some just chatting, streaming, or browsing the internet, anything productive, typing, anything like that. Oh, yeah, actually, let's check the typing. Yeah, so the keyboard feels really good. I really like the key spacing. I like the quality feel of the keys. And with the keys plus the touchpad, like all the input devices on this laptop are fantastic. So yeah, overall for a nice, just simple laptop, this thing is fantastic. Great for productivity if you need to use the keyboard and the mouse a lot and you don't want to have an extra mouse on the side. This actually feels great. The screen looks beautiful. It runs fast enough to actually stream on. Overall, great little laptop.